hello. It is Erica with Holy Rustic. Happy Monday. I hope that you're having an amazing Monday. I thought today we would paint this cute St. Patrick's Day insert for our chippy door hanger. So St. Patrick's Day is the week before Easter this year, which is crazy. So I don't know how long I'll be able to put this up because yeah, Valentine's Day, and then I'll want to put my Easter stuff up, and I don't know when I'll put St. Patrick's Day. Maybe I'll put St. Patrick's Day on one door and Easter on the other. I don't know. Let me know. Are you going to decorate for St. Patrick's Day this year? Or are you going to just wait and see and only decorate for Easter since they're so close together? It's kind of hard to do this year, I think. All right. So this goes in our chippy door hanger, which we have tons of cute inserts for. And this one we're going to do something a little different today. I've got all kinds of fun things. So we need to decide. I'm going to do 3 of these shamrocks with paper, and then I'm going to paint 2. So I need to figure out which ones I want to paint and which ones I want to put paper on. And I'm thinking maybe I will paint this one and this one, or this. I want to do this one. Maybe I'll paint the 2 smaller ones and do the 3 bigger ones with paper. So the first thing we're going to do, I don't necessarily need to paint any of this here. I might brush just a little white down here on the bottom just to be sure in case any of this shows. It probably won't, but I'm going to put just a little bit of white down here. All of this is covered with the 3D pieces, so we're definitely not going to worry about that. Just worry this base. Sometimes, as I paint my shirt, sometimes the very tip top of that base sticks out, so just want to be sure that that's covered. Okay, so got a coat of white on that. We'll set that to the side. Maybe, there we go. And then this piece is the piece that all the shamrocks fit in. I'm going to paint it white as well. I'm going to grab one of my makeup sponges. Don't forget, you can reuse these. You can just clip the ends, and now you have a new sponge. So you can use those over and over again. I just let them dry, and then I just clip them off to use them again. All right, so we're just going to give this a coat of white. So let me know how your Monday is going. I'm going to get this done, and then I'm going to go out and work in the shop for a little bit. I've got class tonight with my kiddos at the Charlestown Ensemble group. We're going to finish up. They have been working on a mystical forest painting. So we're going to work on getting those done with them tonight. I can't wait to see. They're going to put whatever kind of animals they want in their forest. So it was a nice painting because we got to practice backgrounds and blending. We got to practice painting trees and shadows and highlights. And now they're going to add whatever creatures they want to their forest. Last week, some of them were talking about putting dragons and fairies and deer and dinosaurs. So I'm excited to see what they come up with today. All right, so I just gave that a coat of white. May need another coat. I'm trying to be careful not to get too much paint in the inside edges here. Because these pieces do fit in there pretty tightly, and we're going to Mod Podge on them, which is going to make it an even tighter fit. So I just want to be sure that I'm not filling in those spaces too much with paint. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Ashley. All right, we'll set that to the side. And we've got our 3 Shamrocks and we've got our Mod Podge. So if you purchase the kit from us, you're gonna get some St. Patrick's Day paper, 3 different pieces. It will vary depending upon what we have in stock when you order. And then you're going to get a little container of Mod Podge, and it's going to be labeled either with a label that says Mod Podge or it will say MP on it. That way you know that it is Mod Podge, not paint. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Mod Podge, I'm going to take my paintbrush, I'm going to brush a coat of Mod Podge onto my Shamrock here, like so. I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you could use your Mod Podge today, so you can kind of decide what you prefer to do. And we're going to try a new technique that I have not tried yet before, possibly. Let me see. I forgot to grab my little baby iron. Hang on just a second. Let me grab that. Okay, so you can use an iron, or I have this tiny Cricut Easy Press that we will use. It's like an iron, basically. So that will be one of the techniques that I'm going to show you this morning. So I'm going to get my Mod Podge on here, and I've got a decent coat of Mod Podge. This is a technique I have not tried before, but I saw it and I thought it looked kind of cool. So we'll see how it goes. Might be disastrous. Hopefully it won't be. All right, I'm going to dry the Mod Podge, which seems kind of silly, but this is how I saw this technique done, so we're going to try it. Good morning, Cindy. So I put the Mod Podge down on my Shamrock, and now I'm drying it. You do want to make sure you get all of your edges really well so that your paper will stick all the way to the edge. You're going to want an iron and something to sand with. Either a piece of sandpaper or a nail file works well too. Just something that you can get in those little crevices with. We're just drying our Mod Podge. Dry, dry, dry. And we'll see how this works. I don't know. I have not tried this technique before, but so we'll see what it does. If it doesn't work, we can always take it off and do something different. No big deal. All right, I think that's pretty dry. Now, you're going to take your paper, we're going to set it down, and we're going to iron it with our iron. So you could use your regular household iron, you could use a little easy press type thing like this, but it's supposed to just stick the paper. It does appear to be working. Make sure I get all the edges really well here. Let's see. I'm just going to double check. Make sure everything is stuck. This side does not appear to be as stuck. Okay. I think I've got that on there. All right, turn that off. Now I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to trim nice and close to those edges. I like to do it this way so that rather than cutting the paper first, this allows for mistakes. It allows me to not be so particular with the paper. Sometimes if I cut the paper first and then put it down, it doesn't fit like I thought it was going to. So if I do it like this, where I put it down and then cut around it, I just think it works better. All right, so we're just getting as close as we can with our scissors here. I am leaving a little bit of paper on there. I'm not going right up next to it. So you can see there's some paper that I left. All right, let's come close. All right, let's make sure that we're good and stuck all the way around. They do appear to be. All right, so we're gonna take our sandpaper or whatever you have, nail file, and we're just gonna sand off that Mod Podge, the paper. I'm gonna go from the front and just kind of go around those edges, because if I go from the back, sometimes it pulls the paper up on the front. So if I do it like this, I can be a little more careful and make sure that I don't get, I don't pull the paper up on the front. So I'm just kind of going around the edges here. Good morning, Anika. All right. And nail file works really great for this. So if you don't have sandpaper, you can always use a nail file. If you're going to use sandpaper, I would use something with a super fine grit rather than a thicker grit, just so you don't sand away too much of your wood. And then be sure you get those edges. We don't want any extra bulk there, or it won't fit down in the 3D piece correctly. There. Morning, Lisa. Working our way around here. We are working on our Shamrock Insert for our Chippy Door Hanger this morning. I have decided I don't know when I'm going to put up Shamrock stuff, because Easter and St. Patrick's Day are so close together this year. But I still wanted to get this one done. Alright, so there we go. See how clean that looks? It's so nice. I kind of like that technique. So I've never done that one before with the iron, but I do like the way it turned out. Nice and clean. Crisp, crisp edges. So we didn't put any Mod Podge on top. We might do that one again. All right, so another way that you can do it, you can put your Mod Podge down. Losing stuff here. Okay, Mod Podge. A lot of people will Mod Podge on the top as well as underneath of your paper. I have a hard time with that. I think it makes it look messy sometimes. And depending upon what kind of Mod Podge you have, it may change the look. So I don't necessarily love that. I think I'll use this one with the words on this piece here. All right, so I'm going to press it to the edges. Make sure we get all of the edges to stick really well. And we'll give that a try. Now this next technique that I use works really well if you Mod Podge with napkins, which is super fun to do if you've never used a napkin to Mod Podge. It's a lot of fun. All right, so again, we're gonna trim nice and close to our shamrock. And we're gonna probably give this guy a minute to dry while we work on the other one. So a lot of people will lay their pieces down and trace around them, but I just find that it's hard to get the paper perfect when you do that. And so I don't necessarily love to do it like that. That's just my personal preference. I think it ends up looking more like you have cut edges rather than having it more seamless, where this is just nice and right up next to that edge. All right, this piece here is not all the way to the edge, so I'm gonna put a little Mod Podge underneath there. I'm gonna check the rest of my edges. I want these to be nice and secure with the Mod Podge. So I'm just lifting in the spaces where it needs to be lifted and then just making sure I'm pressing down around the edge there to make sure that it is secure and not gonna lift up. All right. Let's kind of flatten our paper a little bit. And we'll dry, dry, dry. Good morning, Farah. Good morning, Nat. All right. Now, I'm gonna move all these little extra papers over to the side. We're gonna try this. I don't usually do it with paper. I usually do it with napkins. I don't have any St. Patrick's Day napkins, so I'm hoping it works. And that we don't set off any fire alarms. Okay, here goes nothing. We're gonna take our lighter and our paper, and we're just gonna catch the edges on fire. Just watch your fingers. But if you Mod Podge all the way to the edge, it should just burn all that excess paper off for you. It works, I think, better with a napkin rather than the paper. This paper is a little thick. The napkins just go up in flames. But this is working. I think we're just going to have to come back with the sandpaper and sand the edges just a little bit. I do have a glass of water here if I need to put out any major fires. So don't worry. We'll be okay. Middles of the shamrock. Okay. So it did. It works better with a napkin. I think that technique does. It got fairly close. We'll just take our sandpaper and finish cleaning up the edges a little bit. I may not have let the Mod Podge dry enough either, which might have been the problem. But it could just also be the paper. I think we'll do the iron with the other one. we just burned the edges and got all that excess paper off. Super fun. All right, so there's that guy. We've got one more shamrock here to do. So let's do this guy with the iron again. Turn back on the easy press. If you're using your regular iron that you use for like clothes, you may want to put down a layer of parchment paper in between, just so you don't get Mod Podge on your iron. You shouldn't, because it's really underneath of that layer of paper, but you know, just in case. Give this a dry, and then we're going to put our paper on here. So that's the trick with the iron layer. If you're going to use your iron to do the Mod Podge, you want to dry your Mod Podge in between putting it on, which seems kind of counterintuitive. Normally we would put the paper on while the Mod Podge is wet, but for this technique, the heat from the iron reactivates the Mod Podge. Alright, so that is dry. See, nice and dry. We're going to take our paper, put it down, take our iron, and iron it really well. Make sure you get all those edges. And it like starts to stick immediately. It doesn't really take much. And I don't know what setting you want on your iron. I mean, you just want it hot, no water, no steam. Just double check my edges here. Make sure we've got everything. Here's that we do. These little stems here can be a pain with the Mod Podge, so just double check those as well. All right, turn that back off. Trim around the edges as close as you dare to get. It's a little warm. It's warm. Closer you can get with your scissors, the less of the sanding you're going to have to do with the sandpaper. So especially in these little crevices in between the shamrock leaves, I would make sure you clip fairly close, because it's just going to look cleaner if you do. And I'm kind of checking as I'm cutting to make sure those edges are sealed. If they're not, they'll have a tendency to lift when you're sanding, and you'll sand too much, and then you'll have a section that won't have paper on it. Okay, so we're just gonna double check our edges. They look pretty good. And our nail file, here it is. And we'll just go all the way around. I'm going from the front of the piece so I don't mess up the Mod Podge, to pull the paper up from the back. Make sure I get all all of those edges nice and close so that it fits down in our piece. Morning, Mary Jo, Mary Jensen. Good morning, Catherine. Done here, I'm going to go out to the shop and get started working. I'm hoping to get the creative outlet boxes ready to go out today. It is February 5th, which is always our goal, to have those out on the 5th of each month. Super excited about this month's box. It is so cute. I'll give you a hint. It is an Easter table box. Good morning, Joy. How are you? All right, so see how clean that looks on the edges? You don't have any paper buildup, and you can look from the back. There is no paper buildup. Everything is nice and close. You're not gonna get it like that if you cut the paper out and then Mod Podge it on there. It's just not gonna turn out as well. All right, now my hands are all sooty. All right, I've got these other two little shamrocks. I'm gonna paint these guys green. So we'll do one in a dark green and one in a bright green. Just paint these real quick. Two coats. And dark green's really thin. Let me try that. Oh, yay! I'm so glad to have you, Joy. You're gonna love it. Which club did you join, Joy? Did you join the Creative Outlet or the Tiered Tray? We have a special gift for Tiered Tray Club members this month too, and anybody new who joins will get the gift as well. Oh, the Tiered Tray, awesome! Then you are gonna get our free gift this month. You're gonna love it. I'm not gonna tell you what it is just yet, but we're gonna make an announcement. But it is super fun. I wanted to do something extra special for the Tiered Tray Club members this month, and for anybody new who joins. So we have a little gift that we're gonna put in everyone's box. So whether you're new or whether you have been a member of the club for a while, it is something that I think you're going to love, and it is perfect for the Tiered Tray Club. All right, I'm gonna give this guy one more coat of this green. I love the Tiered Tray Club. It is so much fun, and it's so easy to switch out your tiered tray then for each of the seasons. And I've got some ideas of some things I can show you that if you've been in for, longer than a year, how you can use those pieces. If now you're getting like, 2 sets of Easter decor or 2 sets of Valentine's Day and you only have 1 tiered tray, I'm going to give you some ideas of how you can use those. You are so welcome. I love surprises as well. And that is one of the fun things about the tiered tray. All the clubs, really. We like to keep the boxes a surprise until most of them have shipped out. Inevitably, there's going to be somebody who's not going to get their box before we make, the reveal. But we try to keep it a secret so that you get that fun surprise when you open your mailbox and you get to open your box of seeing what is in the box. I got some really cute, I always try to include one extra thing in the Tiered Tray Club that isn't necessarily a wood piece. that you can incorporate into your tiered tray. So last month we did these cute little puppy yarn hearts. And in January we had a coffee theme, so I made some cute little bags of coffee that you could put on your tray. So fun. So I got in the mail this past week, I picked up the extra piece for the tiered tray club for this next month. So I'm excited about that too. Okay, we are ready to glue. Maybe. Morning, Moira. All right, so I think we'll glue this piece down first. This is our back for our shamrocks. And remember, when you're doing your glue, you just need a little bit, and you're gonna have some wiggle time with this glue. We don't want a lot of glue overhang, so try not to get too crazy with it. It does dry clear, but you're still gonna be able to see it if you get it on spots you don't want it to be, if that makes sense. Good morning, good morning. All right, so I just put it in some spaces around on the back there. I'm gonna set this down, make sure I've got it lined up on the edges. Looks good. All right, and now we hope and pray that we did not get too much paint on the edges here, and that these are gonna sit down in where they're supposed to. If you do get too much paint on the edges here, they won't fit because it's a nice tight fit for these pieces. But if that happens, just take your little sandpaper and give it a little sand on those edges, and then you should be able to just slide them right in there. These are the ones I'm really worried about fitting correctly, just with all those edges and the Mod Podge. I think we did okay. I think I got them all sanded down really well. Okay, so there's that one. And you could always seal these inserts with a clear sealer. I would recommend like a Rust-Oleum spray sealer. Works really well. You can just take it outside and give it a quick spray, and that will make everything nice and shiny and keep it from getting scratched up when you're storing it as well. Okay, and we've got this guy here, which I somehow got white paint all over the back of. It's okay. I'm not going to see the back. I'm going to use up all this glue in here. All right, so there is that guy. And look, oh, they all fit together just like a puzzle. Yay, we did well on not getting things on the edges. Okay, we've got one little piece that's got to go on here. Let's set that guy to the side for a minute. And we have our little horseshoe shape that we're going to put on here. And I grabbed some glitter because, well, I tend to be a little extra. So I'm going to use some gold paint here first to give this a base layer. And then I thought it would look really cute with some gold glitter all over it. So I'm gonna dry this. Tomorrow night we are at Shirley's Pizzeria here in Sellersburg. We are doing the cute little Valentine's Day donuts. I think I have 4 spots left for that if you want to join us. Wednesday we will be at Hunter Station for our kids class for the month. It's an adorable little hedgehog in a teacup. Absolutely love it. And then later today I will have in our craft kit group our BOGO options for the month. So you can help us by voting on those. We'll do voting for probably just a couple days. That way we can get that posted and you guys can get your purchases made. Okay, I'm just throwing a little Mod Podge on there, and I've got my glitter, and we're just gonna glitter it up. Glitter, glitter, glitter. Tell me in the comments, do you like glitter? Or are you a no glitter kind of person? I know people have strong feelings about glitter. So tell me in the comments, do you like glitter or not? I love glitter. How fun is that? I mean, like, how can you not look at that and have it make you happy? It makes me really happy. All right. And look, I contained my mess. I feel like it needs a little more glitter right here. That's not have as much Mod Podge right there. Oh, now it's just burning. A mess. Let's see if I can do it like this. Oh, that worked. Okay. Oh, what's glitter if you don't have it everywhere? I love glitter. Let me know. What do you think? Are you a glitter person when you're crafting, or no, you don't want any glitter in your house? I always am kind of leery about putting glitter in kits because some people really hate glitter and they do not even want it anywhere near them. And it's one of those things that once it's there, you're just gonna sparkle all day. It's just gonna happen. All right, so I've got a little lucky horseshoe here, and we're gonna put him on here. Let's see. Tiny bit of glue. All right, so if you're just joining us, this is our St. Patrick's Day insert for our Chippy Door Hanger. We did a really cool new technique that I used with our little baby iron and Mod Podge to put down the scrapbook paper. So if you missed it, you can always catch the replay. I kind of like it. It might be my new favorite technique for using Mod Podge. And there we go. How cute. Sparkly. And I think I will seal this so my glitter doesn't all fall off. Perfect for St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, go back and watch the replay if you didn't catch us at the beginning to check out that new technique for using the iron and the paper. I think it worked out beautifully, and it may be my new favorite. Although I do really like using the lighter and lighting the paper on fire too. It's just kind of fun, you know. Don't forget, you can get this month's Tiered Tray Club. We've got a special gift for anyone new who signs up, and all of our current box members as well. So you're gonna want to get in the Tiered Tray Club this month if you're not already a member. If you're a member, you're gonna get this special gift. And I am not gonna tell you what it is, even though I really want to. We'll let it be a surprise for a little bit longer, okay? We'll make a post and let you know what it's gonna be, but it is really cool and it's gonna work really well for your tiered trays. So I hope you're having an amazing Monday. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I'll be back on Wednesday to paint something else with you. You can grab your Chippy Door Hanger kits on our website. St. Patrick's Day one is up there. You're gonna get your scrapbook paper and your paint and things so you can do your cute little door hanger for St. Patty's Day. And there's some fun Easter ones there too. So you can go ahead and grab your Easter inserts. Have a great day, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye, y'all.